A function that is on your screen at all times is the mirror image option. And not just mirror image to be able to flip a stitch from left to right, but also from tip to toe, so top to bottom. And I've gone ahead and this stitch number 104, we've stitched it out on our fabric, but there's times when you want to stitch it the opposite direction, and turning your fabric this way is not an option because it would have put all this bulk inside the machine. So being able to just flip-flop that stitch by touching the button will allow it to stitch the opposite direction. Now, this foot number 1 that it recommends that you are using, it has the lines on the left and the right if you wanted to start and stop at the exact position so those little scallops could line up. So that is an option for you when you realize all these wonderful guides are right on your foot. So if you had a line drawn across the top of your fabric and you set the presser foot down right where that was to start and then started to stitch the mirror imaged stitch all the way down, you definitely can keep them completely lined up and start to expand some of the stitches. Now let me show you something how I do this. When a stitch is stitching, I'll touch the scissor button right here and then just let it finish. It'll lock it and cut it when it reaches the end of the pattern. So you don't even have to think where it is, just touch that scissor button. So now you can see how we have a fun little mirror imaged option. So even here where we have done the little stitches on the front of this tissue holder, by the way, it's a Hawaiian shirt tissue holder pattern. It only has 3 seams for sewing it all together, and 2 of those seams are actually in the collar. I know, it's so fun. We've used a little twin needle, we used a decorative stitch, and we sewed the button on. And it's a great little fun gift for friends and coworkers. We'll put links below this YouTube video where you can check out where to find the pattern and the video that we made on showing you how I put this all together. I'm going to use stitch number 145, but in the sequencing menu to show you how to utilize and how it works for that other mirror image feature. So here's what we've got. Open up the sequencing area by touching the little A and go back to stitch number 145. We'll put one of those into the memory, and I'm actually going to go do it one more time. So 2 of those patterns are in the memory. All right, so with this second one kind of highlighted, you can see a little green bar underneath it. If you do the left-right mirror image, it flips it like this, so you can see what it's doing. To show you the other mirror image option, I'm going to use stitch 176, but I'm going to do it in the sequencing area. Select stitch number 170, but we're going to select it 2 times. So 170, oh, it's 176, and then put it in again. So touch the sequencing. Touch the group that it's in, arrow down, 176 again. Okay, so I've got 2 repeats in there. So the second one is actually highlighted. So if I touch the mirror image button, you'll see that that actually is a really cool pattern based on what it originally was, okay? But watch the little points. Let's call those little leaves. If I flip it the opposite direction, now the leaves point to each other. And I can actually do mirror images together or just one at a time. So there's actually a total of 4 different directions. So that being a normal one, that being mirror imaged, this one being flip-flopped, and the other direction flip-flopped. So just depends on which way. You got to try them out because every one of those sequences is going to stitch out completely different.